Hi everybody, welcome to Dandelion Cottage and Paper Crafting Thursday. I'm Leslie Watkins. I hope everybody's well today. I think I've got a very fun project to share with you. I'm kind of excited about it. We're going to be working on it together. And today is February 28th, 2024. And it is the last day to be able to get the free products in the celebration brochure. So today's the last day, and I'm going to be using some of those things today. And I just wanted to point out a couple of things to you that are really very, very nice. At least I think so. So let me just check my volume here, make sure that's all the way up, and see if we're broadcasting. And yes, that looks good. So the way this works is that for every $50 order that you place through the Stampin' Up! Catalog, both the mini and the great big annual, you can select something from the celebration brochure. So you can see that this stamp set is free with a $50 order. Okay, so that's the watercolor melon set. And then over here, you've got some paper that you can select. My personal favorites in the brochure are this one. This is called Flight and Airy paper, all right, and I'm going to show you that because I've got it right here, and that's what we're going to be using today. I like it because I love the color palette, and so it's got a lot of really pretty colors that I am especially attracted to. Got a Cradle and Love stamp set over here. Here's another paper that I like very much. It's called Softly Stippled. It's also a 12 by 12 double sheet. All these papers are acid free and lingham free so that you will not have any cracking or yellowing. You can use them with your scrapbooking. I've used this quite a bit around Valentine's Day. And then when you get closer to the back of the book, you find some things that are available for free with a $100 order. Now, there are also some items that have been added that don't appear in the brochure. But if you place your order, and I will be posting the link when I'm done with the video today, once you go through the checkout process, all of these items will come up on the screen, and you'll be able to see everything that's available to choose from, whether it's a $50 or a $100 item. So this is another one of my favorites. It looks very simple here, but this is so pretty, and I'm going to be using this very soon as well, called Softly Sophisticated. The stamp set comes with a embossing folder, which is very nice for textured backgrounds. You can get all kinds of ideas from the brochure here on how to use the product. And then finally, there's this detailed dogwood stamp set that I love. If you are a journal maker or a scrapbooker or a card maker, you can see that there's all kinds of design elements built into it. You've got a couple of border designs. You've got these little dingbats. You've even got a tiny label that you can write a number on. Really useful. This beautifully detailed pen and ink of a dogwood blossom. And then this little blossom actually works with the Petal, what's it called? Petal Park Builder Punch. So you can stamp and cut that out with the punch, and then these other designs. So a really useful, versatile stamp set available for free with a $100 order. So I don't come on here very often and talk about sales and purchasing things, but today is the last day. You've only got until midnight tonight, Eastern, well, probably Mountain Time, I'm not sure exactly, but don't wait. Don't lose this opportunity to get these things for free. All right, so enough with that. I'm going to put these things aside. And we're going to get busy. Oh, and I didn't mention this. Let me show you this, because this is also one of the, let's see if I can open it up. This is one of the celebration items available with a $50 order for free. And I just want to show you this because it is so pretty. This is Pool Party Ruffled Ribbon. It's called Crinkle Ribbon. Okay, and look at the texture on that, and it is, let's see what the width on this is. I'm looking at all these different measurements here. Is it on this side? Okay, I'm not seeing it. Oh, there it is. 5/8 of an inch. So it's a nice thick ribbon. This would be beautiful for a journal. You could use it to wrap up one of your explosion boxes, something that's a little bit larger. Okay, so there's what the bow would look like, something like that. And of course, you could just use it as a border on a card and it would look fantastic. So we may or may not use this today. I'm not sure yet, but I wanted to keep it handy just in case. Hi Sandra, thank you for tuning in. All right, so let's look at this paper because this is going to be the sort of the determining factor. And what I mean by that is I know that I want to use Lost Lagoon and some of the lavender, lovely lavender palette colors, including Highland Heather, Gorgeous Grape, Blackberry Bliss. And this paper has, you can see the colors here, it has Fresh Freesia, Lost Lagoon, Misty Moonlight, Soft Sea Foam. So it's got a very soft kind of a nice palette that will work well with the other things that I've pulled out. So you can see here are the leftovers from some of the sculpted flowers that I made yesterday, and you can see that that works beautifully here. And of course the Lost Lagoon, which is such a nice color. So we need a background. So I need something that is kind of small and detailed. So, oh, but look at that. That's beautiful. Wow. Okay, I may have to change course here. At first I was leaning towards something like that, but I think this is going to be perfect. So I'm going to select this page, and as you can see, you have a lot of designs to choose from. So whether you want something larger like this one, something a little more ornate or floral, a little more busy, that would actually work really well too. I'm going to pull that out for just a minute, just in case. And then finally, in the back here, you've got some birds that you could actually snip out, which would be very fun. And all of these papers are double-sided. All right, so here is what you might call the B side. So this is sort of an accent paper. Absolutely beautiful. I love this palette. I love these sort of gentle sort of floral designs. Something like this would be amazing to line a box with. Okay, watercolor background, and then this beautiful Lost Lagoon pattern. So I'm going to hang on to that as well and put all the rest of these away for the minute. The stamp set I'm using today is called Delicate Forest, and it looks like this. Let's do it this way. There we go. So it's got some very nice supportive sentiments here. Sending our love, hoping each passing day lets in a little more sunshine. Stay strong. You make good things better. And then it has these stamps that I like very much that are kind of natural grassy background stamps. So those are things that would work very well with a lot of the projects that I create using a lot of nature themes. So that's a great stamp set to have for that added texture. Now the bundle comes with the Delicate Forest dies, and they look like this, and this is the real reason why I like this stamp set so much. And I've gone ahead, I've cut out a bunch of things. So this is what that beautiful arched die will cut out. So this would be great for a card front, and lots of tags, boxes, all sorts of projects. Here's how it looks built into a card base. This is what we're going to be using today, and this was cut out using the Lost Lagoon cardstock. And then I used the other dies that are included here to cut out all of these different bits. My surface here is getting buried, so let me zoom you out so you can just see some of these things, because they're really very pretty. So you have the ability to cut out a shape, something like this, which is awesome for a diorama. And then I've mixed in some of the dies from the Painted Lavender set as well, because I really like this foliage, and we're going to be using those today along with our punched flowers. So lots and lots of die cuts and foliage on my desk here. So you can see I've got all my goodies in my little cup ready to go. Got some stamens. I went ahead and I punched out some of these larger flowers using those retired punches that I had out yesterday, and any of your punches will work well for this. So you don't have to be very specific. The only thing I would say is that if you wanted to go with the sort of lavender theme as I am, then maybe the Painted Lavender set would be a good one. And remember, if you don't have it, if you were to purchase either of these bundles, you would be eligible to choose these papers for free as your reward. So that's why today's a very special day, for the last day of being able to do those things. So what I'd like to do is to create a little background, and I have my choices here. It could be something like that. This is actually, I love this pattern, but I think it's too big for what I have in mind here. However, I think that is stunning. I really like that quite a lot. And let's just try this one again. That's pretty cute. I may save this one for a different project. I don't want the background to get lost because we're going to be adding things to the front here. So let's just, I think that's a good one with that little bird. So what I'm looking at is I want to place the bird in the upper left-hand corner here. So I'm just looking to see if there is a certain portion of the paper that's going to work better than others, and I kind of like that one. All right, so I'm just going to get my trimmer out. My card base measures 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. So I'm going to cut off a 4-inch strip by 5 1/4. I'm designing as I'm going, so I'm just wondering if I need it to be this long. I'm not sure, but just in case, we'll go with that. All right, so that's our background. I'm going to go ahead and glue that down. I love this paper. It's a really very, very pretty, versatile set. It's one of those collections that sort of has it all. It has the design, the subject or theme, as well as all the variations on design. We want to make sure we get this right side up. There we go. Make sure that that's straight. I'm going to go ahead and give that a good burnishing. And there we go. Now, because I'm going to create a little scene on the inside of this card, I'm going to use the back for my message area. So for that, I'm going to get my trimmer back, and I need some white paper. So I want the this is the standard weight Whisper White. So here's a scrap. And I'm going to use my dies. I'm going to go with my deckled dies, and bit much. I think I'll use this one. So this is the third from the largest. And I'm just kind of eyeballing how much paper I'll need here. I'm going to go with the, that's a little tight, let's say 4 3/4. Actually, do it this way, save this for another application, and just trim this down. I'm getting up my cut and emboss machine. Oh, Cheryl's here. Hi, Cheryl. She says she loves that paper, that beautiful DSP from Celebration as well. She's been stocking up on it. Good for you. I have no doubt that you will be able to go through that pretty quickly. All right, so now, just like that, I have a place for my message on the back, but before I glue that down, I'm going to wait a minute because I may want to stamp something on there. We'll see. I'm not sure what the how this card's going to be used. I'm not sure if it's going to be an Easter card or a Mother's Day card, but it definitely has that spring kind of feeling. And in the front here, so I just want to give you an idea. So for instance, if you wanted to use it for Easter, here's an example of the paper pumpkin, and actually that's super cute. Uh-oh, I think I may want to do that. This is an example of the paper pumpkin kit. This is the one that's called Sweet Springtime, and this is one of the cute little punch outs that comes in the set. So if we look at the contents, you'll see that there's a whole lot of, there's chicks, there's bunnies, there's all kinds of flowers, all sorts of goodies in here, so that you could make lots of alternate projects. And it comes with a stamp set, and this really is cute. It says Springtime Greetings. I think we're going to go with that. It's got this very cute bunny, a little chick. You all know I love chickens, daffodils, so I think I will use that. All right, we're changing plans here. I'm going to go with the Easter theme. I'm going to add this adorable bunny, and I think what I want to do is I want to pop him up on the front. No, I like him underneath here. So I'm going to do a reverse dimensional. I'm going to pop him back. So what do I mean by that? That sounds a little crazy. I'm going to take a strip of the dimensionals that are left over along the edge of the package, and I'm going to add those to the front. Just like so. All right, so I've got them adhered to the front of my bunny like so, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to find the spot. I want a little bit of this foliage to be obscuring him slightly. And then give that a good press. All right, so there's my bunny with his little chick friend, and he's got a little bird. Very cute. And I'm going to use my stamp set. I've got my Lost Lagoon ink here. And I've got Springtime Greetings. I'm going to go ahead and use this banner that came with the paper pumpkin for the top of the card. For that, I'm going to use and try and decide what color here. I'm going to go with the Blackberry Bliss. so there's my sentiment. And then put that back. And I think for the back of the card, I'll select the bunny. Gonna go. Oh, wait a minute. I was gonna do him in Lost Lagoon. Hold on. See? Close your stamp pads up when you're done. I'm glad I caught that. Let's clean him off. Here we go. All right, now I want this to be a little bit light because this is where the message will go. So if you need to overlap the bunny a little bit, that will be fine. So there he is. And I think what I'll do is I'll take this stamp from the Delicate Forest and use that for a little bit of foliage. Actually, I'm going to use the tree, but just the top of it, because I just need a little bit. Okay, so I'm just going to use a portion of the top of the tree. And this time I'm going to ink up, but I'm only going to ink up a portion of the stamp. So just the top third or so, and then put that just like so. So you see what I mean? It's a beautiful stamp set to have if you need to do some of these very natural looking foliage shapes. I'm going to go ahead and do that again, and this time I'm going to do it over in this corner and a little bit along the bottom. There we go. So there's my bunny with a little bit of foliage surrounded him. There's some coming in this way as well. Okay, so now that's ready to be mounted. Don't overlook this bundle. This Delicate Forest and the dies are, I think, going to be extremely useful. I'll be using these quite a bit, so take a look at those. Okay, back to our card. Cheryl says we need a video of Houdini so we can see him in action. Well, actually, I do have some examples of Houdini in action, but they go back a bit. So when Sophia was a young kitten, well, actually she was sort of a teenager, I guess, she loved Houdini, and I've got a very cute shot of Sophia and Houdini together watching out the window the birds at the feeder, and it was a very cute shot. And there's also another little video with Sophia playing with Houdini's tail. But you're right. I need to get the chickens into the act a little bit more because they are such characters, and I'm sure you'll enjoy that. All right, so I'm just going to pick up a little excess glue. I'm going to zoom you in so you can see a lot better. So there is the back of the card. Okay, and so now you've got a nice place that you can give a little message and personalize it. And the front of the card is looking like that, but we're not done because we're going to do a little more decoration here because I've got all these beautiful cut flowers and leaves and foliage. So let's grab, let's see, what do we have here? So the dies that come with this set are very interesting because they allow you to create these foliage shapes that are not cut on one side so that you can create tabs and things. So for instance, I think I'd like to put a little more of this behind Bunny, like so. So what I could do is just sort of trim this down. Add a little bit of glue. Get that placed. Excuse my head if I get my head in the camera here. Here we go. Let's move that excess glue there. And so here is the bigger base. We don't need all that. I think this one might be good. A little too wide. You can trim that. Don't be afraid to trim down your die shapes. That's what they're designed for. You do not have to use them exactly as they are presented. Remember, you're the designer, so you want to be able to have the flexibility to change things up. Okay, so now we've got a little bit of a grassy area below our critters. I've got my sentiment here, which is springtime greetings, and I want to put that up on the top here. And I want to pop this up on dimensionals, but I've got this sort of cutout background here. So what I'm going to do is sort of take a look at where I want my greeting to be, and I'm going to trim this down a little bit so that my card front doesn't stick through the cutout shapes. So I can just sort of pick a few strategic spots, just like so. And of course, this is using all of these little pieces left over around the edges from your pack of dimensionals that come in so handy. Got one more little piece here I can use up. Just pulling off the backing. Oops. Pulled the whole piece off of that one. There we go. And there's our little card. So this is a great way to take advantage of the beautiful little elements that come ready to go in your paper pumpkins. I used the item from the celebration brochure, so this beautiful DSP that was a free reward, and the wonderful Delicate Forest die set. And then I've got this great stamp set that comes with the paper pumpkin as well. And I think what I want to do, I want to add a little die cut to the back. I just want to dress that up a tiny bit more. And to do that, I'm just going to grab one of these pieces of the Lost Lagoon, because these leaves are really so pretty. They're very graceful, and I like the idea of using the flat dies on the inside or the back of your cards. I'm just gonna tuck that over there. So there's that bunny hiding behind the leaves, which is so cute. And then finally, I want to add a little bit of decoration to the front with my sculpted flowers. So I've got these two that I started yesterday. If you didn't see the watercolored sculpted flower video yesterday, go back and watch it. It's a good one. I think it'll give you lots of ideas. And I am going to find a place that I can stick this down like so. And I can put my other one on this side. And I have my lovely lavender dies, not lovely, painted painted lavender dies. These are also from the watercolor sheet that I made in yesterday's video, and I'm just going to take this and tuck this along this border and under my flower. I should have put this on first, but I'll just pull that up, snip off that extra, and I can have a little echo on the other side. So for this one, I'm just going to trim there we go. So it doesn't take much. Just a few little details really help to dress these things up. And I think I love this die with these lavender leaves, so I think I want to add that. So we have a little bit of variation here. Tuck that under. There we go. And we're done. So let's clear this away so you don't have to look at all the mess here. Bring you in. And there you have it. So a very sweet little, oopsie, sorry, my overzealous zoom. There we go. So there is a very sweet springtime card featuring the some of the elements from the paper pumpkin, some of the celebration things, the beautiful watercolored and sculpted flowers, and an assortment of dies. So I hope you like that. I hope that gives you some ideas. I'd love to see what you do. So please be sure to join the Dandelion Paper Pals and or the Something Old, Something New private groups, because in those groups we can share, that's where we share our ideas, and we have some creative challenges and other things going on. So check those out. There's our little friend on the back of the card. I may even add, I think I'm going to add a little more foliage on the back as well. All right, well, I hope you have a wonderful weekend. I am going to be doing something brand new starting on Saturday, this coming Saturday, which I think is March the 2nd at 12 noon. I'm going to be doing something here called Scrapbooking Saturday, and this is a whole new adventure for me. I have never scrapbooked before, and I have a lot of photographs, and I want to preserve them and get them into some sort of a protective album. And I'm going to be sharing my scrapbooking journey with you on the first Saturdays of each month, so just one time a month, first Saturdays. The first one's coming right up. It'll be at 12 noon Eastern Standard Time, and I'm thinking that how many of you out there do scrapbooking? How many of you are interested in forming a scrapbooking group where we can exchange ideas and tools, supplies, tips, and what we're working on? So I'm thinking I'm gonna do that as well. Let me know what you think. You know, write down your thoughts in the comments below. I'd love to learn much more about this, and I'm sure there's plenty of my viewers out there that have been scrapbooking for some time and have wonderful things to share, and I'm anxious to hear and see what you've been working with. Okay, I think that about covers it. So thank you so much, everybody. Stay well, stay happy, stay creative, and I will see you next time.